Hello and welcome back. So we left off last time with trying to figure out how we used these little, what are they called, essence? Infusion stones. It turns out you can't use them on this until you get your infusion up to level 5. So that's why it didn't work when I was doing it, because I didn't have the proper level. So I've gathered a few of them. I killed 3 more of those little things just a few minutes ago, so that worked out pretty good. So what we're going to do today, I want to kind of take a step back from, I guess, doing anything, mod-related productive. But I want to look into something and then do a little bit of building here. Because one of the things we need is we need to move the ladder from where it is right there to somewhere a little less horribly temporary and a little more semi-permanent. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking it from that corner and putting it inside of here. Because the way these things are set up, you can see on the map there, if you look in the mini-map in the upper left, is since we use the same structure all the way up, this is solid all the way up there. So I should be able to go, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. So in theory, this should be the middle. Yeah, it looks like we got the middle. So if I run a ladder up here, I can run all the way up to the top, and then it's not in the way of anything, which is kind of what I'm going for. So what we'll do is we'll pop this loose. And do I have any of those slabs laying around here? No, I don't, so I'll have to go grab some of those. While we're doing that, one of the other things I want to look at is I want to take a look at this Z-Tones mod. Not that button, this button. Because there's all sorts of stuff you can do with this, and I've never used this mod before, and I can't find a wiki for it. So I don't know what half this stuff, well, I don't know what any of this stuff is. So I kind of want to look at that. See if we can't find something productive. There they are. 1, 2, 3. And what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the top and just dig our way down. The reason I want to, well, the primary reason I want to look into the Z-Tone stuff is I need to find some way to identify these floors, because pretty much every one of these rooms is the same. The only exception being the ones that actually have some form of items on them. Like I've got that one with Britannia on it. So if we go back over here, so this is the middle. What I also want to do is I want to take, like, I think this area, so like cut this square around this and replace this all with glass, so that you can stand here on this clear glass and look all the way to the bottom. So this is the thing we looked at before, the Phanex. If you shift right click it, you get a crafting table, which is fantastic, so you can do stuff like that. So now let's see, that's where the ladder is, so it's here. So we need 1, 2, 3. This should put us... Did I count on these? 1, 2, 3. Something's different there. Now let's just see what happens. We're all the way down here. Starting out of the Z-Tones mod, one of the template type blocks you make looks pretty easy, so we'll do that when I get to the bottom. Where am I? Y73, so this much. Then back to stone and a hole. Uh-oh. Well, now see, that doesn't bode well. How did we manage to... It's going to drive Newt nuts when I tell him about this later. Somehow, something is not right here. So 1, 2, 3, skip 1, 1, 2, 3, skip 1. This is 3 wide. 1, 2, 3. Ah, nope, we're okay. This... He carved out this hallway and made this hallway these wider 1 by 1, so it messed up the count. So we're okay, we're good. So I won't do that. I think, maybe? I think I may have counted wrong up top. Yeah, we'll deal with that later. So what I want to do, I want to make one of these Z-Tone tile things and see what it can do. So we need stone and slabs. Do we have slabs stashed anywhere? Could have swore I made a ton of those things. I just don't know where I put them. Now we got stone. We'll just do this. Actually, let's put that back in there. I don't want to do that. 2, 3, 4. So we'll do this. Now it's 3. Like that. So let's see. What are these things? Can you do anything with them? I mean, that's just a plain old tile. Then they got this thing called a booster. Whatever this garden soil thing is. No idea what that is. Bit. What's bit? Okay. So bit is tiles around a piece of wool. Give that a shot. Let's make 2 of them. 2 sets of them here. So wool. Our tiles, we got some left over. Now, Alt or Control Scroll. Nope, I don't like that. Okay, so if I hold the Control key down and I scroll, it starts changing them, and you can see the little kind of little pop-up there above my last armor pip that's not filled. It says bit 6, bit 7, so that must be the identification of the color. I'm guessing 1 per thing here. So now we've got, I have no idea what bit is, but cray. I guess tiles and clay? No, clay, yeah. What in the world does that do? That's weird. So cray 1 and cray 0, 2 and 0. Oh, it must reset them somehow? So now we've got hardened clay with this aurora thing. And aurora is glass with some form of dye. So we've got, let's see here, can we scroll these back down to 0? That way they stay put. And let's grab, swear I had some dye somewhere. So you can never find anything when you need it. I know I've killed some squids because I was eating calamari for a while. There it is, right in front of my face. Let's do 1 set of those and glass. So we need 6 glass. So same pattern as before. That gives us our aurora. So let's take a look here. So aurora, it's got a weird sound considering it was made of glass. Sounds like sand. Okay, it breaks instantly with this pick. Now what about the bit stuff? So bit. And then let's kick it up to something that we can see. That's interesting. Yeah, it takes a little more to break. Let's drop this back down to 0. Okay. What else we got to play with? So we made, I don't think I have any hardened clay. I'd need 8 of that. How much clay we got? I got 1. What did I use all my clay on? I'd have used it on something, but I can't remember what it was. So it looks like we can't make the cray. What else we got? Ooh, what's this? Fort. Say so aurora and zetal. What the heck is zetal? Is there a recipe for this stuff or no? Okay, so steel and tiles. And steel. What is the chemical formula for steel? No? Not going to tell me? Apparently if I melt steel things I can get steel, but I do not for life remember what steel actually is, so we'll skip that one. Is some more zetal. They got some weird names in this mod here. So golden tiles gives you this stuff. It almost looks like it's shifting it. Okay, so it's changing one, that's weird. So it can do all these patterns. Oops, too far. So the gelt stuff can do all these patterns. Corp, whatever that is. That's obsidian and tiles. It can do all those little tiled patterns. I think this stuff's got quite a bit of potential, especially... did I make one of those yet? Did not. I think they have Forge installed. They do not. Oh, that's no fun. Well, no cutting blocks in half. Let's see, what can we do as a way to differentiate the two or the however many floors we've got here? Because that's kind of the question here. Is do we have something we can use? Well, that stuff looks really neat. So that's more Zetel. That's a bummer. I'll have to figure out how to make steel. It's been a while. Zest. More Zetel. Now I think they're doing it just to mess with me. So it looks like as you combine different central materials with some of the previous, or with this Aurora, it gives you different blocks, which is kind of... Now these look like the companion cubes from Half-Life. Is there anything in here that doesn't take the Zetel to make? That's different. Stone tile, block of coal, and a block of iron. I can do that. So block of iron and coal. So let's see if we can do that. So our block of coal, our block of iron, and tiles. Okay, we got that one. This one can cycle as well, holding control. Ooh, that one would be a blinding thing to put in a room. What else can we do too? That one looks kind of cool. I think that's one of the ones it wanted for. So you got this kind of circle or circuitry pattern. You got the companion cubes, and that's the one we're holding right now. Is the Zetel number 4. So it can also cycle. Ooh, number 5. What does number 5 look like? Well, looks kind of interesting. And it's nighttime. Alright, I'm going to keep dinking around through these things. I need to find one of them, or at least a pattern of them that we can use on the floors. And once I get that figured out, I'll be back. Otherwise, we're just going to be sitting here and be scrolling colors going, ooh, for a while. So, I'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. I think I made some progress. Now, it kind of dawned on me that these things are all labeled. So, 1 through 16, or 0 through 15, I think. So, what I'm going to do with these is, this is ground floor. This is the first floor. So the one that's going to go here is going to be whatever block is number 1 and 2 and 3 and so on up to floor 15. Once we get to that point, we'll figure it out. The floor below us will be the 0, and then what we'll do is we'll reverse it to a different type of block probably, or just the same block going down. So we'll just have to figure out how we're going to do it. More than likely it'd be a different style. That way you knew if you saw that style you were underground. But these are the two ones I was looking at. The Zorg one, which... The problem with it is it's very faint. I mean, these are all set on the same number. These are all number 2s. So if you look at them, there really isn't much, you know, I mean, these are definitely brighter, these two in the back, where this one's kind of dull. But let's see, the Zorg, that one was made with this, the Zetel really does seem to be the building block for a lot of these right now, so I kind of made up a bunch of it. So it takes the Zetel 5 with an Aurora in the middle, and that gives you these Zorg blocks. Now the other one I was looking at is the Zech, so Z-E-C-H. This one is built with the Zetel 4 and an Aurora. So this is the one where it looks, I mean, it looks nice. I just, the edge to me looks a little weird, so that's why I'm probably not going to use that one. I'm probably going to go with the Zone, because that one, so far to me at least, looks pretty good. Oops, Zone. That one is made with Zetel 3 and some Aurora. So we're going to make some more of that one. Grab some of this Aurora block. Get these back. Put that there. We need, what was it, Zetel 3 or 4? 3. So we need 3. So we'll just hold the control key and roll the mouse button towards me once, and we get what we need here. So now we're just gonna do 16 of those because I don't want to burn it all up. And then we're gonna shift all the ZTIL back down to 0, so it's on its resting state. The zone is the same way. Now this stuff. So here's what we're gonna do. So this is floor 1, like I was saying. So floor 1 gets this one. So let's get this out of here. Here. Fix that wall that I punched a hole in. And so block number 1, floor number 1. Then we're gonna go to, where's this? This is the zone. So we're gonna drop that back down so it'll stack with the others. Kick that up to 2. And I put those right on the floor level, so we're going to put them right here. This is going to need to be kind of sorted out because these walls are a little not good right now. Kick that up to 3, and so on, and so on. Assuming I don't miss. So here, let me get the rest of these done real quick, and then I will pop back and we'll kind of slide down and see how it looks. Alright, so we are up on the roof right now. The floor I'm standing on top of is floor number 7. I think our current goal is to try and get as close to even with that thing as we can, just because it was something we saw that we could line up with, and then we'll start working on, leveling out the top. Not really sure what the rest of these floors are going to be used for, but we, kind of wanted a structure on the inside just so we had something. But here's what I ended up doing. So I put the 2 on each sides here, so you can see we're on floor 7, so block 7. I also put the indicator here, so if you come into this middle room, you know where the stairwell is, you know where the ladder is without having to try and look for that gap there, and you also know I'm on floor 7. So I'm glad they're numbered because the colors are really close together. Like they kind of color scheme together really well, so they kind of rainbow right across the line here. So here's number 6, and then just kind of goes so on, so you can kind of see after a while. You can get kind of used to it. Well, I know I'm looking for the the teal looking floor, so it's that one, or I'm looking for the greenish one. Well, that's kind of green, and I think that's more green, but that's the general idea. So you kind of know where you're at, you know where you're going. Now, one thing I did want to take a look at here is, because there are some things here, and because I don't have wiki to look at, I don't know what a booster is. I'm kind of curious. I don't know if that's literally something with redstone. You just step on it and it launches you into the ceiling. There's also these flat lamps, which are kind of neat looking. So just some iron, some glass, and some glowstone. So I kind of wanted to take a look at those real quick and just see if we can figure out what they do. Because like I said, there's no wiki that I've been able to find. I mean, there's probably one out there somewhere, but without knowing exactly where to look, it's a little bit of a pain to find. So we're going to make 2. And how much glass was it each? 4. Okay. So we'll need. Hear the wildlife out there being irritating again. Oops. Those Yetis are very talkative. Alright, let's try this out. So, primary points, glass, glowstone. No? Did that backwards? I did. Let's fix that real quick. Okay. Wow. 16 per. That's kind of cool. So, okay, that is... Okay, that's kind of neat. That means I can do... So 1, 2, this is where it is in all the other ones. Oh, that's nice. I like that a lot better than the torch. So if we come in here and light, it seems to give off a decent amount of light as well, but it doesn't look as junky as a torch, which is nice. I mean, they're fairly cheap. I mean, glowstone, a little dangerous to get. I mean, I've been back to the nether once or twice. I did manage to find some of those creatures I was saying you're not supposed to look at. I was, scanning off into the distance, and all of a sudden I'm way down on the floor somewhere, a ways from my map, or a ways from my central point, or the portal, and I'm in darkness. I'm getting shot with arrows, and it was an adventure. Luckily, I managed to get out of there alive. Ghosts. That's right. It's ghost night. See if I can get any more of those moon dust fragments here. Ow. Ow.
Find anything good for construction?
Yeah, I've settled on a couple of the Z-tone blocks, so I'm using the block number as the floor number, so it seems to line up pretty well. So, Newt's off playing a different game, but he's still in TeamSpeak with me right now. So, let's see. No moon does that. No good. Alright, so we got our lights in place, and I'm actually thinking it might be a cool thing to start swapping some of those out elsewhere. Alright, let me get back down to the ground floor. I want to see what this booster thing is, see if we can figure out what it does, and then I'll be back. And we're back on the roof. So let's see, let me just make sure that stuff lines up. All of a sudden it dawned on me that might not line up right. So this is actually where these slabs are going to go, right here. So the next tier of block will be right here. So this would be number 8 if I had those on me. Now I brought some stuff up here with me. I brought some redstone, a lever, and stuff like that because I'm not really sure what this thing does. So we'll place it down here. Now it doesn't have any features to it. Okay, that's... oh. Speed 4 and it makes my headphones crackle. That's interesting. Oh, whoa. That could be bad for your health. Let's see what it does here. If we run across it again, speed 4, but it seems to accumulate when you... wow, okay. So I think it almost looks like you could use these things like powered rails. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see what happens. Okay, so not sprinting, just walking. Yeah, I think that would work pretty okay. Those are neat. Can use those in some of our long shot tunnels, because one of the things I want to do is I want to build a underground tunnel over there to Cat's base, so she's got a way to get over here in case she doesn't want to die. Figure she might be more willing to play if she can get outside and not kill herself, you know. But we'll kind of go that way, I think. But these will actually work really well for that, because I mean you can see it. It's 183 blocks away. It'd take a little bit to walk, but place one of these like every 5 squares, and you'll be there in a couple seconds. It's really neat. Let's go and put this junk away here. I want to go down there and grab 2 more or 3 more of the zone blocks, some more cobblestone, and then get that fixed. And what are you doing down here? Alright, zone blocks, zect blocks, zone blocks. Hey, look, I have 3 left. Take 2 more of these. We'll chisel these into the block we've been using, which is this detailed cobblestone brick. And we'll put away the redstone, the lever. Okay, these things I need, I want to keep these. And we're going to need these on 8. So 8. Now, because this is not a full floor as far as the hallway goes, you kind of need to count it this way. So 1, 2, there's 3 blocks in between. So we'll come up here and do that real quick. That'll kind of line it up, and then Noodle will see the pattern when he starts building the next room, so he'll know how to keep the ladder moving. Otherwise, you have to kind of be careful when you start laying these things out, because you get off by 1 and everything just kind of gets messy. So put that one there, then 1, 2, 3, and here. So there and there. So that's the pattern. We'll just build the wall around it, and you can see here's the floor. So this is what I wanted to do for the... yeah, that's the reason the sniper rifle is dangerous. If you're walking around and you do this, you just stop. What I want to do is cut this all the way down. So that's not going to work. This. There we go. So we should just be able to break this all the way down and hopefully not kill myself in the process. And there. So that goes straight up. And then I'd replace that with glass. Since we're down here, let's take a peek at it. I think I've still got it in here. I do. So I melted all probably 4 stacks of sand in this thing before it dawned on me that it doesn't come out normal glass. It comes out as this Tinker's clear glass. So there really wasn't much I could do with it, which, you know, kind of wasn't good. Oh, emerald. Completely forgot about this. Sidetrack for a second here. One of those NPC merchants was on the roof, way up there on this side. I shoved him off and he fell in the smeltery. He burned down to over 2 emeralds worth of emerald liquid here and there in this thing. So I'm going to have to, you know, try and find some more NPCs and shove them into this thing, because then we can get some more emeralds since we don't have many right now. Let's see here. Let's see. We're going to put the cobblestone and the dirt away. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way back up there, slice my way all the way back down, and then once I've got a couple layers of the glass in, or all of it, I'll be back so we can see what it looks like, and hopefully that'll look a little better. I want to see what that's like when we're done and see if we're going to keep it. So get that taken care of and I'll be back. Alright, so up on the roof, and you can't see him very well because it's raining, but that's one of the flying blood hunt critters right there, and he's a pain in the butt to hit. The problem is he's got some crazy range on him. Luckily, they don't actually damage the terrain. Unfortunately, oh, there's more of them. Oh dear. Alright, I gotta go downstairs and sleep, because since I can't see them, I can't shoot them. I'm gonna take this temporary ladder out too. So that's thinking what I'm going to do. I was hoping to be able to kill them because they're each worth, the blood hunt critters are worth hunter level. So the more of them you kill, the higher your hunter level goes, which is kind of useful to have. So let's see if we can, I want to see if I can kill a couple of them while we got it recording. Not that, you know, killing something is, you know, brand new or anything, but it'd be nice to actually use the sniper rifle on something that is worthy of it as opposed to just shooting Yetis with it. Let's see, I'm hoping that's... no, probably not. They probably despawned. Still up here? Oh, there he is. Unfortunately, he's too far away, I think. Maybe not? Ah, he's hard to hit. I think they've got an itty-bitty little hitbox as part of the problem. Oops, I can't really hit him that well for some reason. And how about... I get the feeling the sniper rifle is not going to work too well for these guys. Oh, he's behind the cloud. Yeah, sniper rifle's not going to work on this, and they're just building up out here. Since I slept while the blood hunt was going, they're all still here because the blood hunt didn't end in its normal way. He's too far away, he's too far away. Drop down to a different level here, and this was the original top level, and this is this is just like an NPC, so they show up, they must be considered almost like a villager. So, oh, and then the actual reason I was up on the roof is this: I changed all the cobblestone that was in the edge there between this ceiling and that floor down there, and out of the it's no longer those where is it, cobblestone huge tiles. Instead, it's just straight detailed brick, and then I put all the clear glass in place, so you can kind of see, stand up there, you can look all the way to the bottom, which that was kind of neat. And then, which side are we on? This is the smeltery side. Can we... no matter where I go, he's still too far away. Alright, well, I guess we're not going to be able to kill him, so that would have been kind of nice. But we got the primary goal I was aiming for done, which is to get these markers, you know, choose the markers, get to kind of get a little bit into the Z-tones thing. We found those lights, which are really nice. I mean, these flat lamps. Gray ones? That's interesting. Let's try that real quick. Flat lamp. You just... okay. So you can convert it. So what's so special about it? It's converts into that, which, okay, so apparently I wonder if you can make it somewhat transparent, so maybe it doesn't stand out quite so much. That'd be kind of interesting. But well, so that's kind of what I was aiming to do. So I got that done. We got into a little bit into the Z-tones mod. We got the skylight punched through, which that actually looks pretty cool from down here. Got the floor markers chosen and taken care of, so we can continue that on up. I'm hoping we won't have to go much past floor 15, but we'll see when we get that far. And what we'll do is then when we come back next time, we'll either pick up doing this some more and get a little bit more of the base build. I do want to get at least one of the I want to activate at least one of these realm stones sometime soon, because I do want to poke into one of the mods, since that's kind of the point of this. I've been treating it more like a marginal modded, just standard modded Minecraft, so I haven't really been digging much into the Advent of Ascension stuff, which is kind of the point of this mod set. So I want to kind of change that and move a little bit more into them, just to kind of take a peek now and, you know, see what we can come up with. But I think that's what we'll do, and probably a couple episodes in the future once we get everything ready, and then we'll see how that goes. But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.